There's a reason as to why some churches will refuse to give you a divorce. Because let's be honest, love within itself is not enough for marriage. It's not enough for a relationship. Because when you're with someone, you're not only telling God, hey, I love this person. You're telling God, I am willing to put my life on the line for this person. I'm willing to sacrifice my all for this person. And let me be clear, a lot of us want relationships. We want love. We want marriage. We want commitment. But not a lot of us carry the weight of that commitment. Not a lot of us can bear the weight of that commitment. Want to know what real love under God really looks like? It looks something like this. You got fired from your job, we have to find a way together. We're constantly arguing, we have to seek counseling. We have to pray together. We have to let the Lord join us in the middle of our marriage. Let the Lord fix us. You know, the most heartbreaking and brutal thing is when a commitment becomes one-sided. That's why a lot of us are still single. Not because God doesn't want to give us that person. It's because God sees that we will not be able to carry the weight down the line. Only when you're ready to really sacrifice, just like God sacrificed for us on that cross, right? That's when God will give you that someone. See, God sees what's going to happen in a few years when you're married. He sees everything. And if you're not ready for what's about to come, He already sees what's going to happen. So He's not going to give you that person yet. And let's be truthful, a lot of guys operate on lust. A lot of guys still get tempted by lust. Sometimes as men of God, God still sees that we're working on that aspect of our life, the lust. And until we conquer that, He's not going to give us a woman of God. When you get married, things don't get easier. They get harder. You think the temptations are going to go away because you have a wife now? That's not how it works. You're still going to have other women in your path. You're still going to have other women talking to you. You're still going to have temptations left and right. The difference is God wants to see that you're willing to sacrifice and say no and stay disciplined. You see, God and the devil are complete opposites, and we know that. God wants us to build families. The devil wants to corrupt our families. And truthfully, as much as people don't want to accept this, as much as you can love somebody that you're with, at one point in your relationship with them, you're going to be bored of them. You're going to fall into arguments. You're going to fall out at times. You're going to wake up, and some days you can't even stand that person. And that's why some of you aren't ready for marriage. Because other than cheating and abuse, churches will not give you a divorce. They will only give you a divorce if infidelity becomes a thing, or if there's tormenting abuse in your relationship. You have to be ready to be homeless with that person if God calls you both to do so. And with this modern society that we live in, with this modern social media, people jump from one person to the next just because things get a little bit hard. If you want to get married, you have to be ready to prove to God that you can be uncomfortable.